Alright, you witnessed about 2000s gaming.
Early 2000s, the world of gaming was almost completely different. There were no day one patches, no digital stores for a bit, and no algorithm recommending what to get into next.
Yeah.
Just CDs, cartridges, and hope. If your game didn't work, that usually was it.
I don't feel like this was ever a thing at this point. I got so used to having the whole library in front of me and everything, being able to look up everything. It doesn't even feel real that I wasn't able to do this at one point. That like, I'm literally learning cheat codes from like borrowing other people's like Game Informers and stuff. Like,
you either took it back to the store,
or else I would have never
somewhere
knew.
like Blockbuster or EB Games, or else you just stared at the error screen in silence. Or if you were like me, you tried
the toothpaste to fill in the scratches, bro. Mad alcohol on that mug beforehand. The toothpaste method, and bro, what else?
the old toothpaste trick and pray to whatever God you believe in that you could play your cheap used game.
Is that you are going to want to let this sit on the disc and harden and fill in any scratches.
And that was normal.
And that wouldn't always work. Trust me. But the rare time it did.
See, gaming back then wasn't designed to be convenient. You needed memory cards, you needed...
There was a spot. Hang on. I want to see if I can actually find it. Man, it still exists by me too. I need to go down there and just start buying stuff from it. I don't think it's gone. I need to go check if it's still there. I'm gonna go check tonight, bro. I'm gonna go for a drive. It ain't that far from me. Bro, there is a store called President Video. When you type in President Video, they just give you a whole bunch of videos of the president. Who knew?
Who knew?
The last video store in San Francisco. Oh, this is it right here. This is actually the one by me. So, wow, I'm doxing myself because the entire address is right there. So basically, that spot was the greatest video store for one reason, bro. You go up there and I forget what they would charge, $20, $30. They had this huge machine, not huge, but like probably the size of like that bag right there. And it would be sitting on this desk. You can take up the most scratched disc ever, bro. Your brother could have took a fork to the back of that disc and been like, around that mud, bro, entire time. I'm telling you, like, you unplayable front to back. They put it in that machine, that junk come out crystal clear. It runs for like 30 minutes, it makes loud noise. It runs for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it makes crazy loud noise, and it comes out crystal. It just, that thing was a magic device to us. I'm probably exaggerating how well it worked for real, but bro, you go up there with any scratch disc that wasn't playable, 98% chance it's playable after going to them, bro. Never had a disc that didn't work after them putting it in there. We thought that machine was a gateway portal to, I don't know, the Aether in Minecraft, bro. That's what we thought.
COVID-19 would arrive. He would start to play the game Among Us with some of the biggest content creators.
Wrong video.
Transportation, and you needed to be of age at times, and you needed that passion.
Yep.
If your disc suddenly realized it didn't want to work anymore mid boss fight,
man,
you just sat there in disbelief, staring at your reflection on the TV like a fool.
Yeah.
And the community and culture, oh man, it was real loud and in your face. Many gamers didn't have online etiquette, and in many games, your lobby was full of kids that just learned they could curse.
It was the best.
What's up, dude? What be going down in the hood, you know? Word be sniffing that crack? Wanna sniff some crack with me?
Similar to what you've probably ran into during your last Marvel Rivals rank up match. When you logged in onto Halo or Call of Duty lobbies, you were stepping into verbal warfare. 50% of all insults known to mankind were probably invented there. Then there were LAN parties.
I wish I got to play. I wish I got to play Modern Warfare before it got filled with hackers back then. I think I can now though. The servers are back up.
Midnight releases. Gaming wasn't just a hobby, it was a niche little culture.
What be going down in the hood?
And for every fun memory, there was pain. Tangled controller wires that ended up tearing up your controller sooner or later. Corrupted memory cards. Used games that barely worked, and internet speeds that made playing games online feel like you were playing underwater.
What the heck was that weird looking device that landed behind Sonic?
That barely worked, and internet speeds that made playing games.
It just looked freaky. Like, what?
Games online feel like you were playing underwater, and yet we all kept coming back. Let me take you back.
Doritos.
Back to a time when being a gamer didn't make you cool, it made you a target.
It made you a
when
lame,
games were brutal, online was wild, and the only updates you got were cheat
That's the
codes
punching
that
bag
you
in
found out
Smash
about
Bros?
written in a game.
Wait, what? Am I tripping? You tell me it was that?
Barely worked, and internet speeds that.
Yo, this Melee? Why am I
playing games?
Bro, I ain't never been in the practice room in that game. Wow.
When games were brutal, online was wild, and the only updates you got were cheat codes that you found out about written in a GamePro magazine.
That's literally what I just said. That's what I just said earlier.
Everybody should be completely psyched about this. It's the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system at Walmart. PlayStation 2 has the realism that gamers are looking for. You want to be in the game. You want to be the game. It's got a CD player, DVD player, incredible graphics. You can play the old games on the system, but wait till you see the new ones. It's a whole mental body feel.
Sony ain't never been like that ever again. Play the old games on the system, but wait till you see the new. No, bro. F our old games. Throw those out. Only buy our new ones. Like, come on, bro.
Let's start at the earliest part of the 2000s, a time when the only way to play games with other people was by actually getting up and going out to stand next to that person, at least in most games. For a lot of us, the option to just boot up, log in, and play Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Bros, and whatever else there was out there wasn't available until that Xbox 360 and PS3 era. This meant actually leaving the house and going to visit friends, an arcade, a gaming gathering, or even going to someone's house that you didn't like.
Snapple machine, I ain't never seen.
And this also meant that you were susceptible to real emotions getting into the game. Listen,
LTG and that one dude.
There were many instances where fights in the game ended up translating to fights outside of the game. Ever heard of some of the arcade fighting game rules back in the day? Stuff like don't grab multiple times in a row, being enforced with a few punches to the gut, or even knife fights over King of Fighters.
Bro.
Heck, you can still find classic fighting game pop-offs online from real beefs.
If this guy's talking tell him the money match for any amount of money, because he's not gonna bet me.
And this stuff wasn't just limited to these competitive scenes, because I promise you,
the TVs,
this happened
man.
in some of those normal homes. There's no muting or blocking like we have now online in person. So you were stuck looking at and hearing whoever was trash talking you at that LAN party.
Bro, that LAN party, that's crazy, bro. Wow. Only the time I played LAN, I played LAN with a homie of mine in 5th grade or 6th grade. And we'd be or 7th grade, but I wasn't about to say 6, 7. But we would LAN connect Minecraft, and that was a lot of fun. One of us would be lagging crazy though, but it was a lot of fun.
I just got into Xbox Live. I have this really great high-speed connection, and I was playing one-on-one NFL Fever against some other players from
NFL Fever. Wow. Gee. So this is back when. I remember this. I remember seeing this game. I never played this. I remember seeing this game. I think this is only on Xbox. Why aren't these made no more? Did Madden buy that's what I heard actually. Madden bought the NFL rights, so no other game can make them. But there used to be other games that wasn't Madden. Imagine if that was still happening, bro. Madden would not be as bad as it is right now.
Around the country. No, my gamer tag, my online ID is Dark Master.
After we lost arcades, which were the main social ground for gaming, we had the emergence of
my gamer tag? I mean, my online ID. Calm down, Saikuno.
An even more accessible battleground when the world of online gaming opened up. While there were already even more accessible
accessible by today's standards.
Battleground when the world of online gaming opened up. While there were already online shooters out in the 90s with Quake and Unreal Tournament and even some online games before that.
Bro, Unreal Tournament, so fun. Even on local, man. I wish I got to play it more.
Advent of consoles getting actual good online brought the hype to mainstream. In 2004, Xbox would revolutionize online gaming forever.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Come on.
With the release of Halo 2 and its Xbox Live service integration. This innovation would allow players to match up online, go to war, and hear each other talk during the match using proximity chat. This meant no matter who you were.
First game I've ever seen with it, and I only found out about it when I was around the time I'm playing Halo 3 ODST. I might have even been on Reach at the time, and then the anniversary thing was on its way, and I was like, Halo 2 had proximity chat. I need to go back. Like,
Were near, you'd be hearing them in battle. To do so, you had to hit the white button on your controller and then boom, you could speak to anyone within 15 or 10 feet. This meant you had to be extra careful when speaking to allies as your enemies could hear you
that
too.
was so cool,
This
man.
also meant that for the first time, players were able to vocally curse out each other and say the other obscene stuff that game chats are infamous for nowadays.
Learn how to actually play the game and talk.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to shoot a gun.
Riot Shield. What else?
Oh, Riot Shield. I'm gonna use Riot Shield.
What do you want? You tell me you want.
I'm not gonna hold you. The one in the dude's name, second to bottom, I think it's an L. And I think I played with this dude. And I think I know this dude. LSK Ortiz. I'm not kidding you. This is well before I knew him. And he changed the gamer tag later to LSK. Because that was a clan. If so, if this is him before it, but I knew him definitely after Black Ops.
I'm pretty sure you've all heard and been annoyed by now of the classic, "You guys wouldn't survive a day in the old Call of Duty lobbies" quote. Well, I'm here to debunk that because honestly, every single lobby wasn't like that.
But
if you were
a
really
lot of
out
them was,
here
though, yeah.
not surviving, some obviously 10 to 14-year-old kid calling you a slur, you might need to go outside.
Yeah.
But I won't lie and say it didn't happen on the regular. And it didn't always come from kids. I remember being in middle school grinding Halo Reach and Halo 3 or playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops with my friends and hearing a mix of the most insane and corny roasts and word combinations of my young life.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to the average Rivals experience. Okay, I'll stop. I'll let that game live. Especially because reading SYBAU and having the possibility of someone being banned is nothing compared to back then. Yeah, 2000s online game chats.
Gears
were
was crazy
moderated.
sometimes.
So
Gears was crazy sometimes, bro. Gee, the things people would say in Gears, I'm not kidding you. I have never been more angry during a game, at a game, in my life than Gears of War. But I've also had nothing but the most fun in my entire gaming career. Probably on Gears of War. No, it's up there. It's top 3. It's top 3. But it's like, man, something about I told Ron about this, like it was something about the way folks talked and disrespected you in that game. Oh my goodness, bro. And it's like the game didn't help, the game just added to it, bro. The fact that bro, the most toxic yelling and screaming, because Kale, like you told me, or like you said, like you want games to bring back, bro, you wouldn't hear the enemy team until in between the actual matches and rounds in Gears. So the game starts, you only hearing your team. The minute round 1 ends, for that 5 seconds, everyone's talking, everyone's yelling. So they're yelling the quickest insults they can because they're about to get locked right back in their team. But because you got 6 seconds, bro. I'm gonna see if I can find some like gameplay. But the problem would be, so like, bro, you playing Warzone Execution, 1 life game mode, like a search and destroy almost, right? But not even, you just eliminate people. Execution mean you have to execute the enemy. So you're gonna get 10 times more toxic ones in there. Warzone, I can knock you from across the map and I can snipe you from across the map. And if we eliminate all of y'all once, it's over with. Execution, if I snipe you from across the map, I gotta walk up to you and finish you. and a nigga will walk up to you, pull out his pistol so that he does no special execution. He does the default execution for all of them with no weapon. If you on a cog, you get over them and you start punching them. And every time you smash the button, you add another punch. And you can punch them for an entire 59 seconds. And if it's the Locust, it's even worse because dog will rip off your arm and beat you with it. And they can smack you with it for 59 seconds. And right when they're done and they throw the arm on you or they punch your head till it explodes, all the yelling come in. Suck my cock, you instantly, bro. Like all of that, like nigga, you suck, like you trash, you. Everybody yelling the craziest things for 6 seconds, and usually not the one who just got his head exploded from fist or beat to death with his own arm. He's usually mad as a man, just sitting there. That's how I would be, at least. I think a lot of them would just get to yelling too, bro. I kid you not, I broke my remote over that game. It just it's a different level. It was a different level.
Them MFs were ready to say whatever came to mind. It was a jungle of boys and men that really needed to get up and go outside. But I'll tell you now, when you found a cool group to squad up with every night from that chaos, it hit.
Yeah.
You just had to take the suffering, the annoying guys.
Yeah. Getting beat with your OR for 59 seconds and getting told by this grown-on man that you suck dick. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, it is some grown folks on there. But the fact that I was even competing with them when I was 13, 14 was crazy. I don't think I was cracked that year, though. I was not.
And fire alarm beeps as part of the experience. Now, I will say this. It definitely was extra hard mode being a woman and wanting to speak online during gaming. Because as soon as those boys heard your voice, it was legit open season on anyone with high amounts of estrogen. And you know exactly what words they were using,
estrogen.
What slurs they were dropping, and what they were telling you to do.
I'm covering this shit.
I'm not going into detail, you cannot make me. Just know that the higher visibility of women who enjoy gaming is a godsend that we didn't have the luxury of back then.
My fault if I covered this, bro. That tweet said,
exactly, legit open.
I sense estrogen, bro. That's frying me.
They were using, what slurs they were dropping, and what they were telling you to do. I'm not going into detail, you cannot make me. Just know that the higher visibility of women who enjoy gaming is a godsend that we didn't have the luxury of back then. But
Overwatch brought them out. It's a conversation for another day. But I'm telling you, Overwatch brought them out. And I appreciate it for it. That's cool.
That's only if you could play those games online, because let's be real, a lot of gaming and online infrastructure wasn't ready for online gaming. For many homes, lag was a normal experience, and those disconnects.
How did they let him make that name?
Seasoning to keep
that's a name. That's a name. This is what they use.
Double for fighting games. You don't know what it was like playing on delay-based netcode for release year Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Let's thank goodness that Linkus is not in this chat right now. Oh my goodness, bro. I played Street Fighter 4 online one time, I think. Literally.
Yeah. Bro, don't start me on Super Smash Brothers Brawl. They had us watching slideshows and pretending we had any control over what was actually happening on screen. You were blessed if you could even download some of these games I mentioned when downloadable titles became a thing, because internet could be so bad at times.
Dang. That was bad.
Of course, for
awful.
many years, we weren't just able to buy a console and download something on the same day. That wasn't happening without a memory card.
Bro, the fact that a memory card was 8 megabytes and that was like crazy. Like, that was nice. Because you could get a 4 megabyte card for the GameCube. My mom bought us the 8 and we was like, hold on, what?
Wow, that I have to
16 would have been insane. We would have been tweaking.
A memory card is what it sounds like.
16 megabytes though, bro?
To your console in order to save your progress. Without one, well, good luck playing any JRPG ever or unlocking any characters. Bro, as a kid, you should have seen me trying to beat Kingdom Hearts, Smash Bros. Melee, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 before owning a memory card.
Okay, first off, beating Budokai 1 was already an issue within itself, bro. Bro, getting Piccolo to put the special beam cannon through Raditz and Goku's chest, bro. Yeah, that was tough.
If you know the struggle of leaving your console on for a few days.
This part of the game. This part of the game, I kid you not. And then the last fight, of course. Craziest struggle of your life.
Is on then you know my pain.
But maybe I was just 7.
And memory cards were like $20. So as a kid, you were really sitting there like, do I save for a new game or do I finally get that memory card?
Wait, how much was the memory card?
Kid, you were really sitting there. then you know my pain. And memory cards were like $20.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as a kid, you were really sitting there like, do I save for a new game or do I finally get that memory card?
We made
so
that 8 megabyte work.
Games? I was just lucky my uncle randomly decided to get me one day. And don't even talk about when the Xbox 360 sold a $100 hard drive separately if you didn't get the bundle.
Yeah,
there was also
we
the
got that
physical
20 gigs
limitation
somehow.
aspect of gaming back then.
Look at
Due to
Lara.
gaming downloads not being as
W. Lara.
accessible to the general populace, being new and sometimes not being available, we all typically had to go out and buy our games in the form of CDs or cartridges. If there was a lot of hype built around the game, there was actually a chance that you'd secure a console but had to wait to play the game you were looking forward to, if you could even get it.
Yeah.
Because when age ratings were enforced and you had parents that paid attention, you have to find a way around buying GTA as a 12-year-old. But let's say you're a smart kid and you decided to wait for a used game sale price drop. Well, that was a big gamble. Back then, whether it was getting a game used from a flea market...
Hold on, that was this replay. That's where me and Ron be at.
Gamble.
Hey, Ron,
Back
we gotta
then,
hit here tomorrow, bro. We gotta hit here tomorrow. Yeah,
whether it was getting a game
I don't think I'm doing
used
nothing tomorrow.
from a flea market,
Bro.
renting from Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Redbox, or GameFly, or trading games, there was a big chance that your game wasn't going to work when you finally got around to playing. I remember so many times whether it was a used Smash
GameFly was
Bros.
clutch for me.
copy
That's how I
that
got to play
from
Agents of Mayhem.
GameStop or rental
That's also how I got to play Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was thanks to GameFly. Man,
games that I got
appreciate
from
them.
GameFly. When I booted up and I was greeted by these cursed screens, GameFly stung extra hard because that was a week of waiting to get a replacement.
Yeah,
or a different
I never had a disc not work from them though, so I ain't gonna
game
lie.
through the mail. And the junk
Cool.
happened to me multiple times. Like,
Yeah, I never
my
had
dad
one.
was
That's
goated,
crazy.
though, so when we had Blockbuster, he'd take me back the same day to get a replacement or a different game. Another funny quirk 2000s gaming had is that your console actually mattered. This was still an age of exclusive and
It's
console.
crazy. That means they had GameFly when it was like collab with Blockbusters. I didn't even know that was a thing. I got GameFly like 2014, 15, like after my Xbox One, and Blockbusters was easily done for it.
Segregation. So your console selection was one of the biggest choices you
That's
ever
crazy.
make. Whatever you pick, you'd be missing out on something big, unless you're me. Because I remember my dad and uncle teamed up and got me the OG.
Bro, my mom would beat the brakes off of me in Wii boxing. I'd be so mad I have to act like I'm not. She used to whoop me somehow when I was super little. She had way too much fun doing that too.
Xbox,
Like, gee.
PS2, Dreamcast, GameCube, and GBA.
Man, stay off the light speed.
My bad.
Anyways, every
My bad.
console not only had its exclusive games and hardware, but exclusive issues as well. But whether it was the 360's Red Ring of Death,
My Xbox 360
Wii's
got
Trash Online,
My
and
Xbox 360 has gotten the red ring like 10 times. Still works.
weaker graphics, or PS3 having no games,
PS3 has no games.
nothing will touch the hellscape that was early PC.
Who's that? What? What the heck was that? Bro. Man, the folks that rewrite history with the PS3, wait till we watch that video on these next streams, bro. No, PS3 has games, and there's some good games and some classics on PS3, but bro, the rewriting history like PS3 was amazing. I ain't even about to slick shade my homie Axel, I don't think he'd be doing that too much. But it's like, bro, folks really, bro, what?
PS3 has no games.
What is the context of this? What? I love watching men cry. What is happening? What? Hang on. And the meme was born. Someone said you said Xbox wrong. Oh brother. Oh brother, thank goodness I don't have to ever know that human being in my life.
to gaming. Some will argue with me, but we cannot forget how horrible PC ports were back then. And these weren't just ports of some cousin game you never played. Games like Grand Theft Auto 4 and Resident Evil 4 were released for PC in abysmal states and barely ran, crashing over and over. It took years before you went a year without hearing about some game getting botched on the way to computer.
You had to show Saints Row 2, I know. But hey, the community for Saints Row 2 is so amazing. And it's crazy that they still be making videos on this game randomly, little 2-minute videos of how to do something for no reason in the past 4 years. It's like, it's wild. I don't know. It's just shocking.
And when they came out perfect, it was celebrated. Oh, but PC had another thing that consoles didn't, and that's piracy. While Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation managed to mostly lock up, PC still had easy ways to get free mainstream games. However, it was also easy to completely destroy your desktop while sailing those seas. See, we didn't have trusted torrenters at our command just yet. And sometimes that one download of Spider-Man PC would give you a heart attack until you scanned that virus off your laptop that your parents just gave you. Yeah, I know that was very specific, and it's because it came from experience.
Them Trojans. Soon as your pops run the virus thing, he see all them Trojans and you. I don't know. I'm turning the curves, cowardly dog. I don't know how they got there.
But there was one shared pain back then, and that was that every game eventually had to become dark, edgy, and adopt the piss filter for a good 5 years.
Yeah.
But above...
You know what's funny, bro? When me and KO was playing Transformers War for Cybertron, I remember Joe hit me and was like, bro, why was like Transformers, like, why was it so dark and grainy? I was like, bro, I think they was going off of that style, because I had watched some video that talked about that too. I think they was going off of that style. I don't know what kicked it off. I think it was Resident Evil 4 and or Gears of War, and like all the games started copying this gritty, dark, gray, blurry aesthetic. Even Saints Row 2 had it, GTA 4 had it, and then it's like War for Cybertron came out in like 2011 or like 12, like, and even that had it. It worked for it though, because it was a war going on in a real, like, it made sense. But it's like
every difference between gaming now and then, nothing hits harder.
A lot of games was looking like this. He not lying.
Eventually had to become dark, edgy, and adopt the
a lot of games look like this.
Piss filter for a good 5 years.
I think they was trying to be realistic as much as possible too, so they would make stuff less saturated and whatnot. That's not how it works though.
But above every difference between gaming now and then, nothing hits harder than the general consensus in times when you weren't touching virtual grass, but the real life greenery. If you were around then and still are now, I mean, duh, you're listening to this video, you know what I'm talking about, so I'll be blunt. It was not cool, normal, or really accepted to be a gamer back then. In fact, if you openly showed a lot of people that you gamed, unless you were a kid, you were looked at as the butt of the joke.
I don't know nothing about that. Yeah,
by
it
shows
wasn't
like
that bad
Freaks
ever
and
for me,
Geeks, and
but I was
especially
little.
The Big Bang Theory, which would haunt white nerds and get them called Sheldon for decades by white moms everywhere.
That is true.
I
I've heard that
joke in the video before. Gaming just wasn't mainstream, and despite coming so far, it wasn't celebrated like it is now. Adults said you were getting
bro. I remember I was little. I was probably like 8 or 9, and the homie who put me on to Fat Princess, and he had a whole bunch of games on his PS3 and loved it. And he was married in his 30s, just family friend of ours. Yeah. A lot of adults look at him like, oh, he's a nerd or a dweeb. Like, I thought he was the coolest dude. I love when they would invite us over, bro, because we gonna play the PS3. Man, he had it rough, bro. He had it rough. But like, we all gonna end up looking like him, which is so funny. And now it's normal, but it wasn't normal for him back then. It was. So they definitely was calling him and making fun of him, like, you know. That sucks, bro.
Unless you solely played Call of Duty or any war shooter like that, sometimes God of War and a few.
He also put me on the Bomberman. He put me on the Bomberman and Fat Princess. I've been obsessed with Bomberman since then.
Like GTA,
and I like Fat Princess
you were
a whole
a freak until the world realized that it could commercialize nerd culture for stupid amounts of money. Those people who talk about getting bullied for playing games and watching anime weren't just saying it for internet clout. I saw what other people went through, and I can't pretend it didn't happen because
wait, those people who fuse in frenzy. Glacial.
Okay? You were a freak until the world realized that it could commercialize nerd culture for stupid amounts of money. Those people who talk about getting bullied for playing games and watching anime weren't just saying it for internet clout. I saw what other people went through, and I can't pretend it didn't happen because it didn't happen.
For especially older people,
those same people that were
bro.
bullies be running around and saying they've always been about it because it's big now. Okay, let me stop ranting. There were other problems for gamers back then, like not being able to go out and grab merch from your favorite title like you can now. I used to dream of owning Figma, Nendoroids, Plush, and SH figure arts as a kid. Now I can just go to the store and open up Amazon and get one without even turning my brain on.
Bro, I could just go out and buy a Gears of War shirt. Like, couldn't find that as a kid at all. I could just look it up now. Cool.
The 2000s era was a time when gaming really felt like a secret club.
have some, you know, male bonding. You know, it was fun, you know.
Why is he says some male bonding?
The game is worth waiting for because it's the entertainment system of the future.
And it wasn't always the easiest to get into. Now anyone can hop online in seconds,
cool,
download something, and instantly be part of a massive community, which is great. Gaming's more inclusive, more global, and more accessible than ever. But something did get lost along the way. The chaos, the realness, the human touch. Back then, gaming had more heart no matter where you looked. We had connection problems, sure, but we also had a little more connection. You see what I did there?
Brother!
It feels like we've traded away a lot of that heart for convenience. Crossplay, cloud saves, instant access. But we also got microtransactions, early access.
The community,
games,
bro, gaming ain't the same no more, bro. It's over.
That's
over with, bro.
No one even asked for. But
games are still up, though.
That, it doesn't feel like the spirit is completely gone. In fact, I feel like if you look in the right places and with the right people, the spirit is there more than ever. And yes, that includes the chaos and foolishness that happens in rivals matches. Anyways, leave a like and sub if you enjoyed, and comment below some stories about your
Extreme W video. Those went hand in hand.
2000s gaming experiences, and if anything here resonated with you, because I'd love to read about all of that stuff. Thanks for watching.
We're gonna give him a thumbs up. W video win con. Is the people that change the most, though, just the community and how people play? That's just, it's awful now, bro. That's why you gotta focus on, like he said, like you gotta find it in the right places. You gotta find it with your people. I see a video called "Why Are Millennials So Weird?" I'm at to watch stream watches, and then everyone wants the 2000s back. We'll watch that sometime later. W stream you.